What up, peeps? Here we are on a Sunday, man. It's football Sunday. There's a lot of things going on, but we coming back at you again as we always do on this happy Sunday. And the weather is nice here in Texas, and for what I can see, it's kind of nice there in California. You guys got all the fires gone. I think you got it under control.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's a little cold. Yeah, cold for you guys is like 68.
Nah, man, it's been in the 30s at night, man. 30s.
Yeah.
It's been real cold up here, man.
Yeah, we've been getting a little of that weather too. Yeah, a little of that. But you guys remember, as we were last week, it was our part one on becoming a trainer, and today we just got to kind of discuss how we became successful. And yes, we can use that term successful because as of right now, we both are entrepreneurs, got our own business. And when you move to that point to where you're actually having your own facility and stuff like that, you can kind of say, I'm making some good things happen. We, of course, both know that we don't take anything for granted. We're blessed to have good clients, people like that who gives us an opportunity to share our knowledge with them. And our ultimate goal is to come at you and give you some knowledge that hopefully you can move through the ranks as a personal trainer within a corporation and kind of go out and do your own thing. So tell me what's going on in your world out there, Mike.
Man, like I said, it's cold out here, man. Been watching a lot of football, but everything else is gravy, man. It's good out here. But like we said, this is part two of becoming a trainer. So we might as well go ahead and delve into it, man. So what's your story, man? How did you get started, man?
Well, I'm going to kind of give a list of things, and I guess we can kind of discuss those because that was my experience. And I just felt like that was kind of like at least 7 major topics, but it could be a couple more, but I think I got 10 or so. But my number one is, of course, getting educated in what you do, right? Exactly. I just think you got to have some type of education, not saying that you got to have a degree to be successful in a sense, but it just kind of puts you on the next level so that when you do approach someone, they can kind of go, okay, you put in the time for your profession. The other one is just, as we talked about even in part one, was to gain certifications, just to make sure you continue to get the knowledge to have some type of certifications to improve on what you got out of school if you went to school for it. Exactly. And the third one is developing your skills, and we can go in detail about that. The other one is build something, a specialty, have a specific niche that you're good at and that you can continue to build on that. The other one is just kind of gaining practical experience, which was another thing we talked about training friends and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing that has helped me get to where I am, because I had to start from scratch when I came to Texas, and that is networking and just kind of marketing yourself in a positive light, but yet putting yourself out there on all levels of marketing pieces, from social media to whatever you're doing, and then that way you can bring attention to yourself. Customer service, I think service is if you don't have customer service, man, you can forget about being successful with that. My number 8 is continuing education. Number 9 is kind of managing your business in a certain way. We can hit on all those topics too, but the final one is to stay passionate and committed, because it's one of those things, man. Once I think you become less passionate in your work, that is usually times you want to change your job. And if you're trying to go at this as your business, now you got to look at it a different way than just a job and a paycheck. Right. Now you got to look at it, staying motivated to create that energy for your people who want to be around you.
And being in this field, Rob, as you know, if you're not passionate, don't have a love for it, man, you'll burn out. You'll burn out and fizzle fast. And then when you talked about customer service and stuff like that, you start turning people off and start losing clients, everything like that. So that's to me, that's one of the biggest ones right there. I think being able to be a people person, and having a passion for it, because people see that. They're like I said, somebody's always watching you. So that's big.
Right.
That's big.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And so I guess just kind of hit on some of the topics is, we talked about developing your skill. That's kind of, a no-brainer, working with friends and family, learning different techniques and stuff from all of the knowledge that you receive through your certifications will definitely assist you in kind of moving forward. I just think that nutrition, if you can share nutrition with a lot of people, you can really change their lives.
Yeah.
You know, anyone can get in the gym and count. Anyone can get in the gym and go do this exercise, but it's not about doing the exercises. It's about what you're eating at home. The exercises, as you know, Mike, it's just something that you're bringing a person in to break down their body, to help sculpture it. Everything we do in the gym is breaking the body down. Nutrition is what's going to rebuild the body and also shape it. And I just think that, you know, if you have very little nutritional skills, when it comes down to the point where we talk about continuing education, I think getting continuing education in nutrition will be your number one opportunity to become a transformation coach and not just lifting.
Now, let me ask you this question, because I have one. When was that defining moment for you when you knew that you had the training side in, but then when you put the nutrition in, was it one client that changed the game for you, or was it a multiple clients, or how you just put stuff together?
Okay, well, with my nutritional background, I was able to understand the importance of protein, fats, and your carbohydrates, making sure you got an equal balance of those things, right? So I can say from just putting my body through different ways of nutrition, to seeing which one works best for me, which gave me the quickest changes, and of course through experimenting with people who had no idea on how to eat. So you just kind of create, like I said, you get this specific niche, and I think that's my niche, is that I am a transformation coach. I can train anyone, I can make them better. I also have my sport background to do sport and all that, but I really like seeing people bodies change in a sense. And so to answer your question, I believe that just implementing it on myself, then talking to people that's come on my team, and we talked about their nutrition and their background. Everybody has their likes and dislikes of foods. So when you try to give people the same foods that you eat, and you don't understand the nutritional numbers behind it, that it's not going to work. Some people don't like to eat red meat. Some people don't like to eat chicken. They don't like ground turkey. They just want fish. And someone can survive on that. But as a coach, you need to understand what is the total calorie count that they're getting from this to actually help change their physique, while also coming to the gym and having energy to help break down that physique so you can rebuild it. You know, this sport is so, this lifestyle is so kind of opposites of attract, if that makes sense, meaning that you got to break down your body to make it better. And then you think, why am I breaking down my body if I want to make it better? So it's all these little things that, you got to understand. And my simple way of doing it with people, that I would say, so what do you mean by breaking it down? I go, understand that we got a lot of fatty tissue that runs in our muscles. So we need to figure out a way to break that down so that we can get into those fatty tissues, right? It's like having a steak, and you trim all of the fats out of the steak, and you have a small piece of meat, but it's so much more dense and it's so much more, enjoyable in a sense. And so it's the same with our bodies. We got to be able to work our ass off in the gym to actually start breaking down the fats that are within the muscle tissue so that you can make a complete change. And then when we go home, we eat the good foods to help replace all that, because you and I have talked about it before about how muscles work, right? You have muscle that your muscle tissue runs like this, but soon as we don't eat properly, now you have scar tissue that runs like this. So it gets all caught up in it, and now you have no flexibility in the muscle, and you didn't feed the body properly, so it didn't create muscle properly, and so now scar tissue is the first thing that develops and all that. But yeah, so to answer your question, I agree. It's about testing on myself, then implementing it on clients to where they understood that I'm working with them to see if we can make changes. There's always going to be a change in the meal plan at some point, and we got to see what works for you best.
Right. And then for me, it's easy to train somebody that's been working out. It's easy to train somebody that's not real obese. But to me, I think my first client that I had after I was working on myself and working with other people like that that she couldn't do anything. I'm not talking about walking the gym, 5 minutes of cardio. That was it. Working out with weights, 5 minutes, man. The process was slow, and that was something that I had to learn. And when I changed over and started breaking her diet down, where she could eat foods that she still was appealing to her, and the workouts came right. She lost over 120 pounds. And then when people saw that I could work with that kind of person, also, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That, you know, and it changes the dynamics, because when people see, because remember, when we started, we didn't have social media. We didn't have it. Everything was by, hey, what that person saw you doing in the gym. You know, now it's different for us, because now we have social media. We can put out there what we're doing. We can put out there what we've done in the past. We can put out there who's our clients, what their transformation is. But back then, we didn't have that. So it was big to have people, when people saw those people in the gym working out, that's how you grew your clientele at that point.
Yeah, it's true. And I always felt like gaining practical experience in general, you know, I was able to build my clientele. Of course, my background helped me out a lot, but I also was able to build clientele by offering free sessions, right? And so you start training these people, and it only take 2 or 3 sessions for someone to realize, man, I need to really do this, because I can't believe how sore I got. I can't believe my recovery time and all these things that you're sharing with them during the training phase. And I always give them both the positive and the negative, meaning that if you're not recovering at this amount of time, then you need more assistance from me. You need me to show you how to do this. If your eating habits is what you've been doing and you're still sore when I see you 3 days later, then that's another reason you need me. And so I created that accountability theme through that whole concept. And then that's kind of how I got through that. So, yeah.
And that's the big thing. And that's the big thing. You just hit the word accountability. I'd say between 75% of the population, you know, that works out and everything, they need accountability. They need somebody to hold them accountable in order for them to complete their goals and stuff, or whatever it is. And a lot of people don't understand that. But once they get there, just like you said, hey, once I found what they needed, found their niche, and then, hey, held them accountable, then that's when the process changes for anybody. That's when people start seeing, hey, I'm checking in with Robert today. I'm not as sore as I was 6 weeks ago, and I did a harder work. My workout was more intense. My meals are kicking in. I'm looking in the mirror. Now I'm seeing that transformation. Now I'm seeing how my body's changing. But Robert's holding me accountable for it. That's why I'm going. That's why a lot of people, they don't understand. To start off, it's like I said, probably about 75% of the population needs somebody, a coach or a personal trainer or a trainer, to get them started and hold them accountable so they can continue to keep going.
Sure, I agree with that. And it's just, I always joke around and I say, you know, I'm your coach's coach. And I believe that I have a coach. You know what I mean? It's if you don't have some type of coach or someone training with you or someone doing something with you're just living it. You know what I mean? You're saying, oh, you know, I'm the best, but you're really not the best. I mean, if you don't have like 15 Olympians under you and 95 clients who are nationals and, you know, all these big old crazy numbers, every coach in our position have a coach. They may be a training partner coach, but they're a coach and they're watching you do stuff and they saying, hey bro, come on, one more, or you lost your form on that one, or whatever the case may be, it's there. So I always believe that. I never believe that you can't have someone else to tell you what you're telling other people. I mean, it's kind of like a teacher, right? The teacher teach you something, you teach your kids something, your kids, you know what I mean? It kind of goes down like that. And it's one of those things, man. You just got to be, as an experienced coach, you got to just be open to other people's knowledge and move forward.
Open-minded, man, and willing to continue to learn, even at our age, man. Like you said the last podcast, you know, everything is basically basic. It's just the angles that we use and the things that we do to change it up to make it special for us. What's you know, what makes Robert special, what makes Mike special. You know, you train a certain way, but I can go in and train the way you train, because I'm looking at how you do it and how it works for you and how I can make it work for me. You know,
right.
And when I see people do things and I say, I like that. I like what Robert's doing. I'll take it and put it into my repertoire, but do it my way. But it's something I learned from Robert. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes people get that twisted as well, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, man, this is not, I would say, teaching or sharing or whatever the case may be. We're all sharing something that we learned from somebody else, and we end up perfecting it in our own way. And as you know, an entrepreneur in the business, as a true transformation coach, I'm not going to sit here and say I learned all this from school. I'm sure not going to say no one shared anything with me. This is all is accumulation of what I know and what other people know, and how I put it in my package to make sure that I am developing a Robert Johnson package that has input from several other people. But it works for me because I understand it. It's like one of the things that I implement all the time, you guys out there listening, is that a lot of people come into the gym to see you, or into your studio to see you, wherever you're training someone. They always going to want to leave with something. It's like that tangible thing. They got to have something in their hand. And so what I will share with you is, here's something that I do, is that when I sit down with a new client, I put down Monday through Sunday on a piece of paper. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, you've told me that Tuesdays and Thursdays is the best time for you to train with me. Okay, now let's look at these open days. And I always we write this paper down, and I go, okay, so what is your most busiest day at work? And most people will say Monday, because it's after the weekday. I go, okay, well then let's make Monday your off day. Meaning that when you get off of work, the last thing you want to do is come home and go work out, especially if you got kids. You're going to be stressed out from work. All these things going to happen. You're going to come into the gym, and then you're not going to get anything out of it. So we're going to look at that being your rest day. And I said, okay, so now we got Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday taken care of. So now we got Wednesday, we got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So weekend time, which day you're going to spend with your kids the most? Most people say Saturday because of all the events. I go, okay, so Saturday is going to be a cardio day where you can get up in the morning, get your cardio in. I'm going to give you my own personal workout that I want you to do at home, which consists of non-lifting, but it's going to involve your cardio. So we'll take care of that. Now, what are the days that you can come in and do something, whether it's at your gym, or if you have a semi-private gym, wherever you're training people at. My gym is private. So I go, what other gym are you belong to? And I say, Planet Fitness or somewhere out there like that. I go, cool. So on Wednesday and on Friday, this is what I want you to do on those days. I said, now this is what you're going to sign, and I'm going to sign it right here with you. And you're going to take this with you. And this is going to be our commitment right here. This is our accountability thing. So sign this, and I'm going to sign it. So every time you look at it, we both agreed to this. This is how we're going to make changes together. Because if you don't do this, what's going to happen is that you're going to go, okay, I didn't lose my 3 pounds this 2 weeks. Why? Okay, yeah. Well, you was with me on these days, so I know you got those days right. Now let's look at those days you wasn't with me and figure out what happened.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. And then they say, oh, I couldn't go on Sunday because of this. Oh, well, on Saturday I couldn't do my cardio because of this. Oh, on Monday you told me to take that day off, and I just kind of like didn't eat properly. So as a trainer, I'm able to have my contract agreement in a sense by going, this is why you didn't make the changes, not because of me. And that's what I want to share with you guys out there, is that you need to make sure that you have such great communication with your clients that they understand that this is an agreement between two people, not just me saying, come train with me, you're going to lose a bunch of weight.
Exactly.
We have to both be on the same page so you can make the change.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't understand that part. They think that, hey, I'm coming to you and you got this magic plan and everything's going to happen. You're not going to be with me every day. You know,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing, sit down with them. I say, okay, now, and I give them a plan. I do everything here. Here's your workout.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to do. Same just like you. And hey, and I got some clients right now that are real good. They text me every day, man. They text me, I just did this today. I did this.
Absolutely.
I did this. And I love it, man. And then you have one or two clients, man. You don't, the only time you hear from them is when it's accountability day or the time they come in and train with you. And then when it's time to measure up,
right,
then that's when you say, hey, what about these days?
right.
What are you doing? Just like you said, what are you doing? Do we need to adjust? Do we need to put you to work on Monday now because maybe that's better suited for you? And we make those adjustments, or we say, hey, it's not me because you're here with me on those days, and we're busting your ass. So you gotta be 100% in, just like I'm 100% in.
Yeah, and new trainers, new entrepreneurs out there, man, make sure that if you're training a client 2 times a week and they have to miss on that day for whatever reason may be, we all have those reasonings, that make sure you find another day to fill them in. Because if not, you're going to allow that person to go, okay, I can't come on Tuesday. And if you don't offer them another day, that's your fault. That's why your clients is not making it, because you allow them to skip. You allow them to skip a day. And because if they miss on Tuesday and they only see you on Thursday, then they got to wait a whole nother week. You know what I mean? And they only see you once. And you and I both know, Mike, that if a client has seen you only one time in a week, the chance of them working out 3 or 4 times without you, that didn't happen either.
And you hit it on the head, just like you said. We do it as a routine because we've been doing it for a while. But when you hit it on the head, you said you new trainers, because new trainers, this is what you got to understand. You're building your clientele. You want these people to succeed, and if you're not giving that little bit of extra, you know, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt you in the long run. You know, you may have a full body of clients when you start.
Yeah.
But if you're allowing people to miss and stuff like that, watch what happens to your clientele. If you're not offering somebody, hey, they're gonna either go to somebody else or they're just gonna fall off the planet altogether.
That's right. And you remember we talked about accountability. So if I'm your training partner and you say, hey, Robert, I can't do chest today, I'm gonna go, well, what other day can we do it? How are we gonna make this right? Are you gonna do it without me? You know, we got to figure out a way to do it, because if you just let your training partner, in a sense, when you want to look at it this way, skip a day on you, then they're going to fall behind too. And if you're working as an accountability partner, you got to go, no, man, you got to give me an hour somewhere during this day. You got to give me an hour. Now, I know it's not always applicable to say, okay, if I have to call off on Tuesday, that, you know, I'm going to miss my complete chest workout day. But, you know, that's always a time that nowadays, when you're seeing as a complete week of training, you hit the body part twice. So you have an opportunity to hit that body part at least once in that week. But if you have someone out there that you're training people and they have to miss that day, you got to find a day. You got to throw out some time to them, because you and I all know out there, we have cancellations all the time. No one comes 100% of the time, all the time. So you got to go, look, I have a cancellation on Thursday. Can you make that time? We can make up for that day that you missed. And then you move forward. And that way you keep your clients, because now your clients are seeing that you're not allowing them to fall off the wagon, and you're supporting them and you're encouraging them to get that so they can make the changes that they spoke to you about in the beginning.
Yeah, they like you said, they're getting the feeling that, hey, Robert really must care about me, man. He's offering me, he's trying to get me back in here. So I need to put that effort in. If he's putting that effort in, then I'm gonna put that effort in. And you'll see that, especially if you're a new trainer, a new person that's starting your business, you have to kind of bend over backwards a little bit at times, because in this business, you gotta understand you can have 100 clients one day, and the next month, man, you can be down to 0. You want to keep a base, because you're gonna have that base people. If you're doing it right with them, they're gonna want to stay with you, even when they probably could be on their own, because they like the process. And when those people stay with you, they'll bring other people on. They'll keep
That's
bringing
right.
other people on, and it makes it easier for you. So sometimes it's a little bit more work at first when you first start off, but in the end, it's going to pay off for you more so.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, the bottom line on all of this, people, is this, is that if it's in your plan to run this as an entrepreneur business, you have to make sure that you're doing everything you can to keep your business afloat. It's not like you're getting a paycheck, even if you don't go to work, or you get PTO, or you get all these things and you don't have to. You talk about sacrifice. Being an entrepreneur is complete sacrifice. You have given your time to people that is in need of your help because they came to you. But what I want to share with all of that time stuff is this. The biggest thing in life that we can have, I think we all live for, is time freedom. And as an entrepreneur, time freedom it's tough. I'm going to tell you the fact, because when we talk about how we make this work by being at work every day to make sure, number one, you're getting your health benefits from us. Number two, so your clients are getting your health benefits from you. But the other thing is that so you can eat too. You got to pay your bills. And unfortunately, nobody's giving you nothing until you put in the work and put some aside. But this is a business that if you choose to do, when I mentioned about networking and marketing yourself and doing all these things, we mentioned it in part one. If you're an introvert and you're shy and you can't sit and talk to people,
exactly,
this is a tough business to get into. It's a very, very tough business to get into because you have to walk the walk and talk the talk. Your physique has to sell itself to people. You have to continue to work on yourself. You guys all heard that statement about if you always know a mechanic's car, because he don't have time to work on his own car, always has a beat up car because he's working on everybody else's.
That's right.
But in our case, we need to make sure our car is running properly because our body is what sells, and your knowledge and stuff like that is what keeps them around. So you have to really understand that this is a sacrifice. This is a job that you have chosen to live out of passion. As we mentioned at the bottom, I'm staying passionate about it. That you have to have passion for this. And you hear this old thing, and you notice that Mike and I keep saying those old things because we grew up in old school. And the bottom line, it says that you close your eyes and what is something that you'll do for free if you could. Mine would be personal training.
Yeah.
If I had enough money out there in the world where I didn't have to charge and I could do it for free, this is what I'll be doing, because I enjoy people. I enjoy watching them smile. I enjoy watching them laugh. I like hearing their stories and everything else that comes along with it. But it's an important part of this whole entrepreneurship is sacrifice, for sure.
And I agree with you. That's the thing. People, what I always say, somebody's always watching you, even when if say you don't have your own gym and you're out there working out and stuff like that. People are watching how you do things. They're sizing you up. So always try to be as professional as you can. Like Robert says, you have to be a people person. People will ask you questions, answer their questions. Don't be standoffish and stuff like that. Because remember, you're trying to start a business. So when you're trying to start a business, you're gonna be doing some things that you probably said, dang, I didn't think I was gonna be doing. Like Robert said, he gives us free training sessions. I got a card. I'll put on a card. Hey, come see me. I'll give you a free training sessions. We'll go over a program to see what's best for you. Sit down and talk to people. That's the best way to do it, and that's the best way to start. And if you're looking to do this, you have to have the passion. You have to love you have to love fitness and making people happy, and it has to be something that makes you happy. Watching somebody develop and go through a transfer of body transformation. You got that's that right there. When I'm helping people, man, that, like you said, if I didn't get paid, man, it fulfills my heart. You know, it makes me feel good because that's what I love to do. I love helping people, man. I love making people better. If I can help you be a better person, hey, that's right up my alley, man. So that's why I've been successful in this business, and this business is doing what I've been doing, and that's why I continue to do it.
That's right. That's right. Okay. And so the last thing I want to share with you guys is this, which is the biggest of them all. Managing your business. Understand that you're going to need insurance coverage. Understand that you're going to have all different types of policies that matters in your tax forms. You're going to have to understand how to have write-offs. You're going to have to understand how to keep receipts. You're going to have to understand how to be your own bookkeeper. You know what I mean? Unless you're some big organization, you're not going to, you're going to be doing all this yourself. And so just dig into, you know, what are things you have as a write-off? What are things that you can use as making sure that your business is never being viewed as weak operation? Making sure all of your equipment that you have in your facility is always like brand new, up to par. It's a constant investment into your business. I can't preach enough how important it is for when people walk into your facility. If it's not a wow factor, they just signing up and that it's the only place in the area. But if people find out that you have a wow factor, they will come from long places to come and hang out. Exactly. I've been blessed here. I've been here a month, and with the amount of people that I've signed up in a month, it was a wow factor that they saw in the facility. You know, they walked in, it's just something different. Now, of course, every gym is not going to be able to have, you know, this open space where you can create all these different things. My place is very small, but it has a wow factor in it. You go to the bigger gyms. I work for Texans Fit. I work for those gyms, and the wow factor is at the front door. When you walk in, you got all these people greeting you. They're making you feel so important. All those things happen. But when you're working as an entrepreneur, you're not going to be doing all that greeting. So you're going to need something else that's going to make them kind of be attracted to what you got. So just create your whole facility. If you choose to go with on a business side of it, create a facility that's people are going to want to come to. If you're going to work for someone else, that's cool. Now your ultimate thing is this, making sure that I have the knowledge to share with these people that I'm their wow factor, not their equipment. And then that way you can build that clientele, and those people come no matter where you're at, they're going to come. I was blessed to where I'm at right now. You know, I was at a nice facility. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed all that stuff. But I want to always do my own thing. I have always been the person to do my own thing. And so my people that I created and built relationships with, not one person said they couldn't come. They all came to me. And I have them all right now with the ones that are coming in on top of all this. So now I'm sharing them with other trainers because we're so blessed to have these people come here. So just make sure your business is so welcoming and so wow factor and so eye-opening that they're going to say yes to you just from that part of it. Then you can take those skills and just kind of take off and become a doctor that they're looking for sure.
And just like Robert said, he does have wow factor because I've seen videos and pictures. But the thing is, like he said, talk about equipment. Make sure, even if you can't have a fully equipped gym, make sure you have enough equipment to be able to work people out. And make sure the equipment is always functional. You know, you don't want people coming into your gym and you can't train them on this today or that today. You want to make sure that you have a functional gym wherever you're at. And another thing, make sure you get that insurance. A lot of people don't realize that you have to have that insurance, and that's big. Rob hit it on the head. You know, those are things that I would say to do because, you know, everybody can't have a large space or whatever, but if you have a functional gym and you have the right equipment and you're getting people right and it's transfer, that they will come because that's your wow factor. They're like, hey, it's somewhere where I don't have to be around a whole bunch of people working out. I feel comfortable, and and they're training just like they're in a regular gym because you have enough equipment or enough know-how and knowledge how to use other things to make it work for you.
Yes, that's right. So in closing, Mike, only thing I want to say to the new guys out there who want to go to the next level of owning their own business and becoming an entrepreneur at this is that we're going to go over just the top things that I always tell you guys all the time, Mike, and I preach it. Get the knowledge. Hello, Pammy. Get the knowledge. Make sure that you have the certifications that's needed. Make sure that you have 100% media coverage service out there so people can find you, because I'm telling you, it's so many of us out there. The first one that comes to light is they're going to pop up and go there. So make sure you get on that. Find your special niche, something that you can help people out and move forward with them, making sure that they are comfortable in your environment, making sure that everything that you have for them is more catered to their training lifestyle. You know what I mean? We talk about catering to their needs and stuff like that. You need to make sure each person is feeling that. Continuing education is real important, because there's always new things that are coming out. And if a client asks you about something they saw and you say, I don't have a clue what that means, then I would have a problem with that. And so I'm sure they will too. So just get some of the knowledge, and things that you don't know, just say, I don't know, but I'll find out. That's all. You don't have to like create anything. And the last two things, of course, is managing your business that we just talked about. And most important thing is stay positive and stay passionate. I'm telling you, you're going to go through the ups and downs, and you can either quit or you can keep on striving and move forward, and just treat it like it's your only way of living livelihood. And you figure out a way to make it work. So don't take it for granted that you got it. Like Michael said, you got 100 clients, that you're going to always have 100 clients. No, it could drop down real fast. And that usually because of you, not because of their finances. It's because of you. So stay knowledgeable in your business.
Exactly. I totally agree with all of that being said. Just like you said, be passionate, be positive in what you're doing, be confident in what you're doing. And just like Robert said, if somebody asks you a question, say, you know what, let me look into it. I'll get back to you, and make sure you get back to them ASAP. Yeah. Don't wait a long time, because that's when people know you're faking the funk. You know, if I don't know something, man, hey, we didn't have all this stuff. Like I said, I couldn't Google a whole bunch of stuff back then. But
that's right.
It's a lot of ways to get answers now, and get back to them. Don't wait until they ask you again. Always get back to them. So with that being said, man, I don't have anything else to add.
I don't either, man. It's been a good weekend, and stay. At least you staying dry out there, Mike.
Well, it was raining. We had been raining.
Oh, you got rain?
No, man, we had a lot of rain.
And you had fires.
Yeah, with rain, fire, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. You had it all. So I don't know, man. You know, people talk about Texas, bro. Let me tell you something about Texas real quick. You guys keep listening to this. Let me tell you about Texas. Texas is like lottery numbers. The weather is like lottery numbers. You never know what you're gonna get and win from, right? But what I do like is that you get a chance to experience all different weathers.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Not just the beautiful San Diego that's causing your arm and a leg to live there. Not the beautiful California in general that's having worked 5 jobs to like pay for shit. But you know, it's one of those things, man, to where I've enjoyed my 4 years since I've been back here. I have met really good people, and you've heard me say it before, man, my circle is small. My circle is small, and I don't need a bunch of people telling me a bunch of shit. So I just want people who got more than me. I'm cool. I'm gonna hang with you. If you have less than me, I'm cool. I'm gonna hang with you, but I'm gonna keep my circle small. So I enjoyed it since I've been out here. This weather right now, like it's tomorrow and the next couple of days, it's supposed to be what, in the 80s. Just a couple of days ago, it was in the 30s. You know, now it's right outside right now, it's like 75. And so you're like, holy shit, what am I going to wake up to? So thank you, Pammy. Appreciate ya. And so, you know, man, I miss San Diego. I miss my peeps. I miss my peeps in San Diego. But I don't miss like, oh, you know, oh yeah, I live downtown in the high rise. Oh, I got the water in front, blah blah. I don't miss any of that shit. I never went to the beach anyways. I was there for 30-some years. I was there for like 30 years and I fucking in the water maybe twice.
On that, man. I know
I'm scared. I'm scared of seaweed. If seaweed touch my leg in the water, I'm out. So, you know, it's one of those things, man, to where you make home where you're at.
Where you at.
And you learn to deal with whatever obstacles come along with it, and you just kind of enjoy it. But I am glad I'm not in snow. I can tell you that.
There you go.
I'm glad I'm not in snow. I do not like snow. So, but awesome. Baylor University. That's nice. That's a good school.
Awesome.
And yeah. I'm not sure their football team is that good right now, but they got a good school, right?
Good education.
Yeah, good education. Yeah. So, man, but other than that, bro, I'll holler at you during the week.
You got it.
And we'll talk and we'll kind of go from there. But you guys out there, man, good luck on your entrepreneurship. Make sure that hello, Cindy, you're gonna send some snow. But no thanks, I'm good. I only have sweaters. I don't have any long big coats anymore. But yeah, man, we will make sure we continue to share with you guys out there. But hopefully the things that we shared in the last 2 episodes, that it has given you some insight on how you want to go about being a personal trainer. If it's something that you want to just work in a corporation, or if you want to work for someone else and kind of go forward, there's 2 things. Last 2 things, people. There's 2 things out there. When you're trying to be a trainer for someone else, you're either going to pay a percentage per month, or you're going to pay a flat salary per month. So whatever the fee is per month, whichever one you choose that works best for you, and then you move forward. Those are people who are listening to this and you're out here in Sugar Land, I'm a flat fee. I don't want any of your money after the fact. I want you to pay me a flat fee. You can make $5 or you can make $5,000. Just pay me a flat fee and you move forward. And this is a place for changing bodies, not to see how much money I can make or anything like that off of you. It's just to enjoy it. So
exactly.
That's where we are. That's where we are, man. So Mike, tell them where you're at, bro.
I'm at the House of Darkness Fitness on IG, or Big Darkness 59 on Instagram and on YouTube. What about you, Rob?
I am right here in Sugar Land, people. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm at Robert Johnson Training Studio right here, man.
Right there, Robert Johnson Training.
PHEE Studio, the studio. So you guys come see me. I'm at 5726 New Territory Boulevard. You can go into my website, robertjohnsontraining.com. You can go to my Instagram, The Legend Robert Johnson. And if you want to see my peeps, you just go to Robert Johnson Training, and you can go there and see all the people that I've trained and the things that, you know, my goals and how I help people get better. But, you know, like we said, media is important. Social media is important. You got to be on every channel. You got to be on every channel. But other than that, man, much love to you guys. Be safe out there. The week starts tomorrow.
That's it.
You're starting your New Year resolution. Started tomorrow. Don't wait till January 2nd. Let's go. Let's get it right now.
New week, new you.
That's it. That's it. Come on. Let's do this. Peace out, people. We'll see you Sunday.
Deuces.
Got a surprise for us next week. So hopefully you guys can come and see what he got coming to talk to us. I don't know. He's keeping it a secret for me, but, you know, we'll figure it out. I'm putting Michael on the spot, people.
Hey.
All right, brother.
Almost 100%.
Hey, that's it, baby. That's it. Let's make it happen. All right, so we're going to say goodbye to you guys right about now.